Oh god, the game's already happening. And we're recording. Oh, we're live. Hello, Internet. It's your boy, IMD. Super hungover. We playing football today, because today, Super Bowl Sunday. Who doesn't love CHUCKIN FOOTBALL? So, to celebrate, I started my new season of Madden. This is year 6 with the Cleveland Browns. I've won like 4 Super Bowls or some crap. But this year's a little bit different. I realized I was playing on Pro, which is essentially easy mode, and I bumped it up to all Madden. So this could absolutely be a bloodbath. Also, I'm hungover, so we're going to see how this goes. I played a little bit of a game, and I threw a bunch of interceptions, and I was very sad, so I stopped playing. But that's just life. So, anyways, the Super Bowl's today, for those of you that didn't know, that have had your head under a rock for about the past 2 weeks. It's between the Denver footballing Broncos of Denver and the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. Number 1 defense facing the number 1 offense. And fun fact, whenever that happens, the defense always wins. So, you heard it here first. My prediction, Seahawks win by 3. Alright, this is going... Oh, God. I was about to say this is going very well, and that definitely that didn't go well. That also didn't go well. So, Super Bowl. Everybody's excited. I get to see Peyton just won his 5th MVP. Everybody loves Peyton. He's the man. He's probably the greatest quarterback of all time. Nobody else has won 5 MVPs. He's basically an unstoppable force of nature. And he's just so humble and likable. He's just like an old country boy. And everybody just... He always thanks the team and never takes any credit for his accomplishments. He thanked his receivers when he broke the touchdown record. He's just like, no, people caught those balls. They didn't really... I don't know why he sounds like that. And he's like, oh, but they caught those balls and I just threw them. I mean, whatever. They caught them. 58 times. It just kept happening. So a lot of people are rooting for the Packers. Yep, that's what's happening. A lot of people are rooting for the Broncos because of Richard Sherman for the Seahawks. His rant and interview after his NFC Championship victory, where he told Aaron Andrews that he's the best cornerback in the game, and that's what happens when you put a sorry receiver like Crabtree on him. So, a lot of people think that he's, whatever, he's a classless thug, he's an idiot, how could he say that, what a moron. I think they fail to realize that he just made the biggest play of his career to send his team to the Super Bowl, and he didn't have any time to prepare a statement. They just shoved a camera in his face. And he's playing football, and generally football players are pretty hyped all the time. So I imagine if something like that happened with most people, they'd probably be saying some ridiculous stuff too. I also think that this whole Richard Sherman thing is a really great way. It's a great way. This hangover's killing me. I feel the icy cold hand of death upon me. I got a cup of coffee and I just took a hot shower, so I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm no longer actually dying, but I kind of feel like I would like to die. I kind of would like to just fade out of existence. Anyways, Richard Sherman. So he makes a huge play in a really huge game. They shove a camera in his face, try to have him do an interview. Sounds more like a WWE promo than anything. I thought it was great. It was sweet. He came on, he talked trash. That never happens. You've never seen sports. They always have to do the clean cut. Oh, I'd like to thank my teammates, and I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank my coach. No. If you want watching a bunch of, I almost said the word thugs, but I'll talk about that later. You're watching a bunch of hyped up black athletes playing sports. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get people going crazy and saying crazy stuff. And it's not like he said anything ridiculous. He said, I'm the best in the game. The guy that I was playing against sucks. When I play video games, I say way worse things. It's not like he said he was going to come out and he was going to rape Michael Crabtree's wife or he was going to murder him. He just said, oh, I'm the best in the game. I'm unstoppable, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever. Who cares? It's really not that big of a deal. The good thing coming out of this Richard Sherman, God, I cannot stop this offense. This is some bologna. It's a big old bologna sandwich. Anyways, the good thing about this Richard Sherman debacle is, you jackass, he's white, he can't catch, he can't help it. Anyways, back again. The good thing about this is now I can at least readily identify my closet racist friends. What that means is, if you hear somebody when they're talking about black athletes, and they use terms like classless and thug, Richard Sherman talked about this in his interview a couple days after the rant, when he spoke to the press. And he said, when people say the word thug, it's their clever way of getting around and using the N-word. So they're saying the N-word without saying the N-word. And I think he hit the nail on the head. I think he absolutely nailed it. All of my friends that I've always suspected of closet racism, they don't like Richard Sherman. He's a classless thug. I don't like him and what he said. And da 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 da. Meanwhile, they're all about NASCAR, where guys get into actual fistfights and deliberately wreck cars, which could kill somebody. Or they like hockey, where what was it? The Calgary Flames? Who watched? I'm an American. I don't know anything about hockey. Calgary Flames and the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know who played. They had that huge fight before the game. The game starts and they start fighting. But it's okay because all those people are white, so they can't be classless thugs. That's classless when you just fight for no reason. That's like not even entertainment. You're not even playing the sport. It was over nothing. You just started a fight. But Richard Sherman says that he's the best in the game and he's classless. That totally makes sense. I totally can see that. Completely understandable. So, another one. This was before. I started this theory shortly before the Richard Sherman incident, where Colin Kaepernick was targeted by this. A bunch of people were upset. He was tweeting pictures of his hat. For some reason, Apocalypse is not starting running back. Something has gone wrong. Dude ran for like 3,000 yards last season. What are you thinking? Did that work? Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Yeah, that's better. Apocalypse would have made that cut. He would have just ran through that. Anyways, Colin Kaepernick was on I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and he was showing pictures of his hat and shoe collection. And, oh my god, I'm going to throw a lot of interceptions this game. I'm already warning all of you. And people are like, I can't believe him. He needs to play football and not worry about his hats and this and that. First of all, when you're a millionaire and you're a guy, you're going to buy a lot of shoes and you're going to buy a lot of hats. And you're probably going to take pictures of it. I'm not rich and I love shoes. They're great. If I had a lot of shoes, I'd probably show them to people. And they juxtaposed him with Russell Wilson because he's so great because he did charity work and this and that. Which is really good. I'm glad. That's fine. It's good for him. I'm glad that there are some NFL players that actually do charity work and care about their community, and that's wonderful. But it's kind of the same thing where they called him classless, and I thought, and he did the Cam Newton Superman pose. And, that's so unbelievable. I can't believe that he did that. I can't believe he's talking trash in a game where everybody talks trash. Apparently, talking trash doesn't happen in predominantly white sports like soccer and hockey and NASCAR and golf and tennis. I don't know. Is that what white people play? Do white people play tennis? I don't think the only black tennis players I think have ever existed are Serena and Venus Williams. I don't know if there's been any. I saw a goofy one where this guy with dreadlocks was doing all kinds of crazy trick shots. He didn't do well, but he was doing all kinds of crazy trick shots, like between the leg hits. It was very entertaining. It was the best bit of tennis I've ever seen. But it's another thing where people don't know why they don't like Colin Kaepernick, but they don't like Colin Kaepernick because he has a lot of tattoos and he's some ambiguous race that isn't white, is really the moral of the story. So, at least now you know how to identify racists. Closet racists, that is. They're usually not explicitly racist. They're not, probably not saying awful racist things regularly, but they probably are thinking them. So anyways, how are you? This is my first video in a while. I took a little bit of a break because this is such hard work, and it's really hard doing it all. I'm well. Oh my gosh. I'm getting my dick kicked in. This isn't going to go well. This could very well be a bloodbath. Oh god. This is not good. Okay. Dodge a bullet there. So, what else is going on in football? Oh, the Redskins. I got into a discussion about the Redskins the other day with one of my friends, and I pretty much basically completely... I don't think I completely disagreed with what he was saying, but we definitely disagreed on some parts of it. So, the world of America is in a big fuff because... Ooh, I'm calling time out here. It's happening. Because apparently Redskin is a very racist term. And I've heard that it means when they peeled back the scalps of Redskins after they were murdered. The only problem I have with that is nobody seems to be able to agree on if it actually means that or not. I've tried looking up what Redskin means, and all I've found is that it's just a word for Native American. Not even a derogatory term. And a lot of them have gone by it. I'm not getting blasted here. So, if somebody could decidedly prove that it's a racist thought, or that it's a racist word, then yes, they should change their name and absolutely they should get rid of it. But I think a lot of people don't realize that when the Redskins started, it was a bunch of Native Americans on the team. He could not pull it in. We need to get Apocalypse going immediately. They had a lot of Native Americans on the team, and they called themselves that. They went by that. They approved that name. They wanted to be known as that name. And one of the groups that opposed it was the American Indian Anti-Defamation League. It was one of those, whatever. And the problem that I had with that was they have the word Indian in their name. I'm not calling the plays that I want to. And for those of you who don't know, Indians are from India. They are from the nation of India, which is not anywhere near America. It's in fact very far away from America. So the term Native American actually makes a lot of sense. This is one of my biggest pet peeves, is people calling Native Americans Indians. That's not what they are. They're not from India. Apocalypse is not getting anything going. He will not run for 3,000 yards this season. I'm going to pull this game together. So, but a lot of Native Americans they've even identified themselves as Indians. And where's the flag on that? That is some baloney. This stupid game. I don't even know why I play it. It's dumb. Video games are dumb. My head hurts. And that's the argument is, oh, well, they identify as Indians now, so, we can call them that, it's fine. Well, just because you call yourself something doesn't make it, oh my god, doesn't make you that thing. So, it's not even a political, I'm not trying to be politically correct and, all these white man is the devil, Native Americans deserve whatever. It's more just about being correct, because that's just something that really bugs me, is that it's just not correct. I don't really care if people are offended by it. If it meant a straight derogatory term, I think it would be different, and I would say yes, change it. Conversely, I think the Cleveland Indians, they're my team, and I root for them. Some people want them to change their name. Every time I go to a game, there's a couple people standing outside picketing, and ironically, they're always white. I always think that that's really strange. I think there's maybe a lot of white guilt surrounding this Redskins and Atlanta Braves and what have you. But should they change their name? I don't know. I think it's fine. Chief Wahoo, big smiling red guy. That's pretty offensive. I'm kind of glad that they're phasing him out. That's pretty offensive overall. Oh, suck it, Nelson. Jackass. Stupid. He got sacked like a nerd. What are they talking about? Oh, racism. So, I mean, white people are typically, as a whole, in the nation of America. Oh! Oh, God. Action-packed. I should try to kick a field goal here, but I will certainly miss. All right, we're gonna try a patented. Oh no, we're not gonna try a patented run play. Usually I do a fake here and run, but since I'm playing on all Madden, that crap isn't flying anymore. Oh, that went well. Fantastic. So we're gonna go to the half. Yeah, fantastic. Good job. That went well. Got players falling down. This realistic weather system of Madden 12. What was I talking about? Where was I? Racism? Another way that you can readily identify your closet racist friends, if they don't watch the NBA or football and they use a term like, I don't like watching a lot of these classless thugs run around playing a game and they're way overpaid, that's kind of a red flag that your friend may be a closet racist, especially if they only like, I'm picking on NASCAR and hockey, but you know what I mean. What was I getting at? Where am I? I'm looking around my room like you can see me look around my room. I'm trying to get a laugh from myself. God, I'm getting my dick kicked in. Jesus. Like, my wiener is in my throat. I'm getting my dick kicked in so hard. Apocalypse is going to have a down season this season. In previous years, games like this would have ended up being like 21-3. We can pull this off. I believe in Apocalypse. Truly, he is the rock of the Eternal Shore. Jesus. Oh, he's not even... Why do they keep putting this... No, we're going for it. It's happening. Oh, that's why Apocalypse needs to be in on every single play. That's right. Suck it, nerd. Alright, so what else is going on in the world of sports? So Peyton Manning is pretty much unstoppable. Jeez, come on. Cortland Finnegan. I don't know if he still plays in the NFL anymore. My game has gone off the rails where I don't identify a lot of the players. Peyton Manning retired in like 2016, and this game takes place in 2017, FYI. So this is the future of the NFL right here. Oh, yeah. Peyton Manning has retired. Ray Lewis retired in like 2012. Steven Jackson just retired. I was chasing him for a long time for the rushing record, or leading rusher, rather. So Peyton Manning recently announced that he's not going to retire, which makes me very happy because he's just basically phenomenal. And if you're ever wondering why I have such a big man crush on Peyton Manning, just look up his various commercials. There's a YouTube that's like a compilation of all his commercials, and I don't think the NFL on your phone was one of them, but the NFL on your phone is probably the best commercial to come out in the past like 10 years. All right, we were getting it together now. Apocalypse is he's figuring it out. He was confused at this crazy new defense that seems to know what I'm doing, and it seems like they know the plays I'm calling, but he has quickly figured it out. My hangover brain is starting to fade. Oh gosh, this feels good. I feel like I'm at home. With Apocalypse carrying the rock, it just feels right. It feels good in my heart and in my soul. So, Jesus. So one thing about Peyton Manning, he was not a unanimous MVP. Somebody voted for, I think, Tom Brady, I think is the conspiracy theory. Now, Tom Brady, working with nothing, still put up halfway decent numbers. His team still won a lot of games. But Peyton Manning broke every record ever. So I think that's kind of silly to think that he doesn't deserve it. Like, it should really be an open and shut case. I guess it's 1 out of 50, so there's always got to be that contrarian. So I guess I'm not horribly shocked that he's not the unanimous MVP, even though he should be. Did I not get that? Maybe? Oh, they're going to measure it. Yeah. So, today is the Super Bowl, as I previously mentioned. What do I think is going to happen? Well, oh, really? Dustin Keller? I'm glad you tore it. I think you tore his ACL. I'm glad you tore your ACL. You got to stay in bounds, you nerd. Here's my prediction. And it's kind of a hedged bet. Hedged bet prediction? Hedged bet prediction in that it's kind of bogus. Aw. One of many touchdowns. The entire game hinges upon if Peyton Manning can get going and if his offensive line can protect him. Seattle's defense is good enough that they can put pressure on Peyton Manning. They have an extremely talented defensive back core, but the Broncos receivers and run game, the receivers especially, are just unstoppably good. Somebody's going to be getting open fairly consistently. So they really have to depend on hitting Peyton Manning. If they can hit him and pressure him and keep him from, having a lot of time in the pocket to find open receivers, they're absolutely going to win. And their run game is good enough that if they manage to snag a lead, they can hold on to it. And Percy Harvin is back, so they do still have playmakers on. They have more playmakers on offense than a lot of people realize. Jesus, that was a nice juke when he juked out the air. Can't let that air. This guy, who is this guy? Jackass. So, if Peyton Manning is sacked less than 5 times, I think the Broncos win. If he's sacked more than 5 times, I think Seattle wins. I think regardless, it's going to be a close game. I highly doubt it'll be a blowout on either end. Really? Oh, he didn't hold on to it. Good. He got blasted. Oh. I can't stand Chris Collinsworth. What else is going on? So that's my prediction for the Super Bowl. This video may be up by the time the Super Bowl has started. It may not be. Oh my gosh. Really? That is some straight A, grade A baloney. I don't know if they grade baloney. I may be facetious in it. Shaking my damn head. Stupid. Broke like 5 tackles. Like nobody could grab a leg. Not happening. So you have your bet for the Super Bowl. You got your Adam D prediction. I bet on the Seahawks because I do this thing where I bet against the teams that I want to win. I did it a couple years ago when the Steelers were in the Super Bowl. God damn it. I bet $100 that they would win the Super Bowl because I knew in my heart that the Steelers were going to win, so I knew it was easy money. So I was like, well, I can make cool $100 and I would be pleased with it. Jesus. Oh, we're doing that again. Oh, it's happening. And it worked out for me. They lost to the Packers. It was the best $100 I ever spent. I was very pleased with my decision. Yeah. Oh, my God. We're going for it. It's happening. Well, this is not a great way to the start of the season. This probably doesn't bode well for the rest of the season. All Madden is hard. Playing on jumping up 2 difficulty levels definitely changes things. we gotta make some plays here. We can do this. I believe in us. Couldn't get Apocalypse going, and that was the big problem. That's another big thing with today's game is Marshawn Lynch. If he gets going, I think the Seattle can win. Typically in today's league, you can't win with just a run game, but Jesus. I don't know if I can shut this game. I don't know if I can get the ball back from this. We're gonna try something here. Such drama, the suspense. Can he do it? It's possible. All these a-holes are gonna draw out the clock. Come on. This is making my hangover so much worse. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's good. They can't seem to decide whether they're going to just run the clock out or if... These commentators are awful. Almost as bad as real-life commentators. Whoops. I need to call that timeout. Well, this is a wonderful way to end the game. With crushing disappointment, Cleveland sports. This actually is very similar to the Browns season. A lot of hope and then massive disappointment. That felt good. Now I just kind of want this game to wrap up because I'm kind of out of things to talk about. Talk about how much I love Papa Peyton, the Peyton Manning, and just how wonderful he is. Jeez. I'm holding my head in my hands and trying not to cry. This game is actually making my hangover worse. I've been drinking water and coffee all day. I ate some pizza. Didn't help too much. I still got a belly ache. The PAT. NFL's talking about eliminating extra point attempts. Probably the dumbest thing that Roger Goodell has thought up, outside of trying to extend the season, which nobody wants. Alright, we can return this. Pathetic. He wants to eliminate extra points because they're boring, essentially, and I don't know, he wants to make the game more exciting. Hey, Roger Goodell, how about instead of trying to make the game more exciting, how about you just let it go and try to protect the players a little bit? They lost that concussion lawsuit, and it's back in court because they want even more money. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Like, they've won their lawsuit, they're getting their money, and now they want more money. I think that's kind of hokey. Just, the NFL should definitely cover these expenses for concussions that they covered up, but there's going to be holding on that. Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, we got to make something happen here. Got to make some magic occur. Man, this is a long last minute. Got nothing to talk about. Trying to make something exciting. Trying to force the excitement. Force it down your throat. Peyton Manning would have not overthrown him there. Well, I'm going to lose this game, but I can at least get Apocalypse some yards so that it's not a complete and utter failure. Come on, get to the line. Oh, wait, I don't have a run play. and the game ends with a whimper. Thanks for watching, everybody.